As a child, I had two great fears. First, the Salt Lake Valley was overdue for a massive earthquake. When it came, the valley was going to sink, swallowed up by liquefaction. Yes, I knew what liquefaction was, and yes, I knew we were all going to die. Every earthquake drill in school just deepened my sense of unpreparedness. My second fear? The Yellowstone supervolcano was overdue for an eruption, and in the Salt Lake Valley, we were in the splash zone. I remember watching the Discovery Channel, and the narrator solemnly explaining that the Yellowstone supervolcano is overdue for an eruption. We were all going to die.
Look how cool this is. This is beautiful.
It was as if the earth itself was a ticking time bomb and I was just waiting for the inevitable. Now in my early 30s, I've somehow survived both the megaquake that never came and the supervolcanic eruption that hasn't happened.
I am at the Fountain Paint Pots Trail, and I'm the only person here right now. I had to drop off some workers in the park.
These days, scientists think we're clear of the Yellowstone eruption, at least for now. But back then, it was all I could think about. The ground shaking beneath my feet, the air choked with ash, the realization that nothing could save us. I never had the chance to visit Yellowstone until I was a proper adult. And when I finally stepped into the park, walking around Norris Geyser Basin, two things crossed my mind. First, I should have come here as a kid. And second, it looks like a place where dinosaurs would live.
So, I freaking love Yellowstone. I just barely went to Norris Geyser Basin, and I feel so happy. I feel like I was a kid, and I feel like I saw things I didn't even know that I needed to see, and I feel like I scratched this itch that I didn't know that I've had my entire life since being a child. It was so freaking great. I loved it.
The boiling pools and fumaroles, the sulfurous steam rising from cracks in the earth, it felt otherworldly, like stepping back in time to a place where the planet still felt raw and untamed.
This park is really just like an onslaught to the senses. You just smell the sulfur like all the time. And then, you listen to all the sounds, the hissing, the gurgling, the bubbling, the oozing. It is so beautiful. I freaking love it here.
Life is the ultimate trickster. I ended up in Yellowstone, guiding visitors through this wild, steaming wonderland. Here I am, letting my inner child run free again, walking through clouds of sulfur steam and explaining to visitors that what makes Yellowstone so special is what's beneath our feet. Just 3 to 6 miles below us, a massive magma chamber is the heat source for half of the world's active geysers, constantly shifting and changing the land. It's a place of fire, of raw power and beauty, and it's captivated me in ways I couldn't have anticipated.
Breaks my heart to leave you this time.
Yellowstone was almost called Wonderland. In the 19th century, long before the park became the iconic symbol it is today, it was called Wonderland by early explorers and artists. Geologist Ferdinand Hayden's 1871 expedition, which brought artists like Thomas Moran to sketch the land's grandeur, popularized the name, and it was quickly adopted. In 1885, the Northern Pacific Railroad even used the term in advertising to promote Yellowstone as America's new wonderland. The name was as fitting then as it is now. A place that invites exploration, sparks curiosity, and brings out the childlike wonder in anyone who visits.
So I have been biased against Yellowstone for years because I just knew that it was a zoo of humans, but this is so beautiful. It's so awesome.
It's strange, though, how this place that once terrified me as a child has transformed into something so deeply alive in my heart. It's a wonderland where my inner child and the inner children of 4.5 million visitors come to play, to explore, to let their senses run wild. Here the world is felt with every step. The hot steam that stings your face, the sharp scent of sulfur that fills your nose, the distant sound of water gurgling, bubbling, belching, burping in geysers and rivers and hot springs. We wander, wide-eyed, like children again, full of questions and a deep urge to know more. Yellowstone encourages curiosity. It invites us to return to that place of awe and wonder we all once knew, but so often lose as adults. It calls us to be curious, to look at the world through the lens of a child, to ask questions without worrying about the answers. As I walk these paths, I see it in the faces of the visitors, whether they're pointing out a herd of bison or marveling at a bubbling spring. They're all touched by the same sense of awe I felt when I first saw this place. It's the same feeling that once terrified me as a child.
That one's like a cauldron.
But now, in my adulthood, that feeling is like home. A place where the earth still surprises, delights, and reminds us that curiosity is a gift that never gets old.
Oh my gosh. They're such precious little babies. They're so cute. Their little eyes, their big eyes, like looking at me all worried as they go past the car. Just so freaking cute.